computer science and programming language Java, we're discussing the concept of inheritance, and today we will try to understand what is the deal with the fact that child classes are unable to call directly and to use directly private variables and private methods of the parent. And why is it so? Isn't the subclass, isn't the child class supposed to inherit everything from the parent? Well, not exactly. For example, regarding variables of the parent, when they are private, well, it seems that the child inherits them, because when I am creating an object of the child class using the word new, well, first of all, the constructor of the child class calls some constructor of the parent class as well. So it seems that every object of the child class has in it, maybe hidden, but still he has in it, variables of the parent, even the private ones. But actually, the child class, an object of a child class is unable to reach or to adjust or to call directly on an object of the child class a private variable of the parent. And the same goes with private methods of the parent. If the parent has private methods, the child cannot directly use them. I cannot write a code where on the object of a child class I am calling or trying to use a method that is private in the parent's class. And to illustrate this, I will use an example. Let's say that we have a parent class that is named principal, as in a school principal, the head of the school. So this will be my parent class. And from this parent class, there is a derived a child class. And the child class is called students. And using the word extends in the signature of the child class, the class students inherits the parent class. And it makes sense because many of the attributes and things that a principal does in school, well, students do them as well. Just walk around, roam in the school, enter and exit classrooms. So it makes sense to not to repeat the same code again and again, and to just have the child class inherit many of the things of the parent class. But interestingly, now when an object of the student class wants to play ball in the field, in the school, well, apparently the parent class, the principal class, the parent class has a variable, which is a private variable, and that variable is ball. And the parent class, the class principal of the head of the school, that class also has a private method, and the private method name is open the gate of the field. And those methods, this method and this variable, are private. So the students, an object of the student, cannot right now on that object of the student, this object cannot use directly this private method or private variable of opening the gate or calling the ball or reaching this ball, because those are private at the parent's class. And the child, even though he inherited all of the public methods and variables of the parent, the child does not inherit directly this private method and private variable. So what should the students do? They want to play soccer in the field, but they cannot reach this method of opening the gate of the field and reaching the variable of the ball. So luckily, the parent class, the principal class, that class has a public method that is called soccer game. And that public method was inherited indeed by the child class because it is public. And this public method that was originated in the parent class That method in the code of the parent class uses in it those private methods of the private class. It uses the method open the gate of the field, and it also uses the variable which is private of the parent, the variable ball. So what the students can do, or an object of a student can do, we can use as an object of the student, we can use this public method of the parent directly on the students, on the child class object, because this method, a soccer game of the parent, it is public and it was inherited by the child class, and we can use it directly on the child class. And then this public method, in it, it uses those private methods and private variable of the parent. So in this way, the students, an object of the student, an object of the child class, this object can use the variable of the ball, and it can use the method of opening the gate of the soccer field, but not directly, but by calling and using the public method that originated at the parent, and the child class did inherit it, and he can use that public method. And this public method, indirectly, is going to use and to call those private methods and private variable of the parent. So this is the way that the child class indirectly uses the private variables and private methods of the parent. So I wish you all a good and enjoyable soccer game, and thank you for listening.